Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Binding of Isaac, Repentance. Where today, I'm gonna try Tainted Isaac one more time. Last time we tried him, we accidentally unlocked the Lost instead. Instantly tried to go for those Dead Sea Scrolls, but forgot how the character works. We, of course, have a choice between two items, and it's gonna just keep re-rolling between the two until you pick one up. We have a maximum of 8 items we can take with us, unless we find Birthright, upon which it becomes 10, so that would be a lovely thing to acquire. And yeah, let's see what we can do here. Rainbow Baby is not the worst. It's a pretty effectively strong baby usually if you actually manage to hit some tiers with it. There is a lot of big rooms on this floor from the look of things, but that's fine as well. And yeah, the Rainbow Baby is doing a little bit of work here and there. Against something like this, it's a little bit more fiddly to use at times, but if we can get a couple of those hits in, then that will be lovely. We can of course have that as part of the conjoined transformation, but I'm not sure if we lose the conjoined transformation if we get rid of enough babies. And it's not especially something that I'd love to keep, I suppose, if it means that I'd have to give up certain items which give stat ups and the like, so we'll just see what the game is going to bring us today. For now, we're just going to go all out defensive and hope that we can make it to the boss rush or something like that. Obviously, we probably need a little bit more than what we currently have to try and reach boss rush, but if we just play aggressively enough, we do have the health for it right now, I say as I immediately take damage. But we do have some health to play with, so we can be a little bit more dangerous than we ordinarily would. Just going back to pick up this bomb before moving along. I'm having a pretty decent feeling that my secret room is probably going to be next to this one. And there is indeed a possibility that it can be there. Let's just quickly make sure that the boss room is not like directly underneath the room to our right. And of course it is. Okay. Well, that unfortunately makes the secret room a little bit more fiddly to look for, as the options are not great. I have 3 bombs to play with, so I might as well give it one shot. But since it's not there, I'll look for my super secret room over here. And that's at least something. 2 black sacks. Definitely not a bad choice indeed. And a range down pill. I could go and get that red heart to make sure that my bone heart doesn't go away, but let's just first see what is in our boss room after we destroy this boss right here. Speed it up a bit with the bomb, because the Lord of the Flies is of course not very good against that. And that is consolation prize or safety pin. That is a range up still, unfortunately, probably because we did get that range down just now. And yeah, I might just play it a little bit safe here and at least pick up that red heart before moving along. Not sure what path I want to take. I kind of want to just stick to the basement if I'm being honest. I think that probably is the safer way to go right now. That way I don't have to worry about too dangerous of an enemy. I do feel like the basement floors do go a little bit quicker as well than the downpour and the like, but I don't know if that's actually true. I've never really properly timed it or anything, but I guess it's more of a feeling thing because I'm more used to these floors. I will actually make that trade. Could actually just get my key back as well and only get 1 bomb effectively for free, but 2 keys I'd argue is probably hopefully enough for now. Child's Leash, that might actually be okay. Since it does make it a little bit easier to aim with the baby after all. So yeah, I actually don't mind that as a trinket. It's better than nothing in any way, so definitely not too bad. There's a decent chance my secret room is below here. And let's just put a bomb over here and one over there. And indeed, my secret room was waiting for me there. There is a bomb and a bag, but it's both a little bit too expensive. There was a tinted rock in that room, so that is wonderful. It does make life a little bit easier. We have a pretty substantial amount of health available right now, so that's nice. There is a boss challenge room waiting for us as well, which is a little tempting for sure, because those usually do contain items, but I'm not sure if I want to bother with it with my current build. I wouldn't mind it if there was a teleportation item or something like that. That would definitely make it a lot more tempting. That is the ceremonial robes or the guppy's tail. I think I'll have to go for ceremonial robes. I think both would have been really good, but the early damage up is just a really nice thing to have. Plus you get 3 black hearts for it, which is obviously really nice as well. Very good stuff. Let's see what's over here. Another part of the conjoined transformation, but also just a pretty damn good baby to have in general, so I'll just take that as well. Those flies are going to take care of so many enemies. The poops are dying in one hit because of those ceremonial robes, so that's really nice. So far, provided we don't have to worry about the amount of items that we're picking up, things are looking pretty damn good. There is a red flame in there, which might be a little bit difficult to see, but it was red. And I don't want to get shot by that. And I'm guessing that my super secret room might be in the room below this one, judging from where the shop is right now. It might be next to the boss room here as well, but I'm feeling pretty good about this. There you go. That is a large quantity of red chests right there. Let's first... Very good. Even more health. My health is amazing. Like, genuinely. Tempting. I could get conjoined immediately. But then I wouldn't be able to go to Mega Satan anymore because I wouldn't be able to get angel rooms, and that is obviously not great. I do have the health for it. And for boss rush and hush, it would be really good. Just gonna do it. I haven't really taken this route in so long anyway. Conjoin from the get-go. Horror Babylon. Let's just get all this stuff right here. A horse pill, which could be really... Oh, it's a range down horse pill as well, so definitely not worth taking, unfortunately. Alright. This is going to be interesting. I feel pretty confident that this build is good enough to reach the boss rush at least. Baby Plum. Tempting to just do it like the slow way, but I think I'd rather do it like this to see if I can get another damage up instead. Even though we are lacking an active item right now, I don't mind that choice too much. And I'll take the money, actually. I don't mind having the money right now because that makes the shop a little bit more interesting. Hopefully we can get some mapping going on, but we are running out of items to pick up, but that is Birthright right there. And I said it was 10 items, but it's actually 12. I actually didn't know it was that many, so that's good. And yeah, I'll take that. I'm not really too interested in the boss challenge room, just because I don't really want to bother right now if I'm going for boss rush. I'd rather just try and speed it up as much as I can. I do feel fairly confident with Little Brim that we're going to speed up life a little bit, especially with that Child's Leash as well, because it is just effectively a big brimstone shot right now, so that's really nice. The damage down from the Conjoined, I'd argue, is also not that bad right now, because it went from like 5.1 to 4.7 or something like that, which is not bad. Could go to my boss room immediately, but I think I'd rather explore the floor a little bit more. I'd love to find like a way to get rid of that bone heart actually, because it's actually becoming more detrimental now than expected. It's rare that I go for devil deals anymore, so it did catch me a little bit off guard, I guess, but that is unfortunate. I mean, for our next devil deal, I think we can use those bone hearts as red hearts anyway, so that can be kind of good. Mystery Egg or Giant Cell. I guess I'll take Giant Cell, but they're both not especially amazing, unfortunately. But better than nothing. Look at this entire room full of range down pills. Very nice. Right. Does the potato... Oh, God. Okay. I was wondering if the potato peeler actually works on bone hearts, but I have to imagine the answer to that is no. So I think I'd rather just have the big flies for now. Especially since we have that rotten baby as well. That's going to deal so much damage. And with that, it's not a terrible idea to just leave, actually. To just get a quick floor in the middle of this. I don't really like Curse of Darkness. We have a lot of health. We haven't quite maximized our Devil Deal chance. There is still a possibility of there being a coin beggar or the like, but I'm not too worried about it. This is a little tempting to look for an arcade room, though, because that way I might be able to use a temperance machine to get that red heart all the way down. Or we could just find a devil deal again. Let's just take that. That is a knife or a monster manual. I think the knife is definitely the better choice here. That's knife with Horror Babylon as well, with Conjoined, so that's 3 knives. This might be a quick one. Yeah, this is looking pretty damn good. As far as the Tainted Isaac build goes, this is pretty much incredible. The fact of the matter is as well that the fact that we have Birthright as well is just really helpful. If we can get Flight and an active item or something like that in there, then yeah, we are pretty much perfect. A horse would actually be really nice right now. So if we could get one of the horsemen that actually drops a horse, that would be pretty ideal. Let's just increase our Devil Deal chance again. Half a soul heart from a flame, sure. Look at how quickly things are dying with this build. This is pretty unreal. And I don't mind that at all. To just have a nice and cozy run. Wouldn't mind to just fill up my health a little bit more. For Hush, I don't love the knife, but for Boss Rush, I definitely do, so that should make that doable enough, I would say. No worries there. Not sure where my item room or anything like that is, but hopefully we can find something. Didn't mean to pick that up. Might be good for a later Devil Deal at least, but that was unfortunate. Because I want to keep that Horror Babylon. It does give me a speed up, which is just really nice to have. Having extra movement speed is just very, very nice. I will just quickly kill the Carrion Queen before exploring the rest of the floor, because I was kind of hoping that, well, for the most part, to not have the door open, and I can maybe have that increased chance of the door opening on the next floor instead. Even though I already killed a shopkeeper, there might still be beggars and stuff like that, and I'd really just rather not increase my chance too much so I can get rid of that red heart as quickly as possible. Don't really want either of these, really. Yeah. Celtic Cross is actually not too bad, especially since the Constellation Prize doesn't actually... You don't lose that stat up with the Constellation Prize after putting it back again, so that's pretty okay. It's effectively a free item. There's a little devil coming out of me. I'd love to find my shop before moving on to the next floor, and there we go. Maybe a library, that would actually be really nice. I don't have any keys. Ah, jeez. I think there might be a key here. Yeah. I have 12 coins, which is a bit awkward, actually. Maybe I shouldn't bother with the shop, but then again, there might be a greed in there, because we are on Caves 2, right? Yeah. So for the purposes of trying to get greed out of here, and then also we got 5 more coins, so actually it doesn't even matter. That is 50% off or another thing. Let's get rid of this. Because I think the Steam sale is better than a tiny crown that effectively does nothing, because it just drops a bunch of money on the floor, and that is the entire activation of the item, so fair enough, I suppose. And I think the super secret room might be here-ish. Here, maybe? No, it's not on either of these places. Actually, I have no idea. Not worth looking for. We are in a boss rush mode, and we are just going to keep running. That is going to have to be the strategy. I think time-wise, we are entirely okay, but in terms of... yeah, God, not... This curse is a little awkward, though. Like, time-wise, we're okay, but I don't even know where this sentence is going. Just don't worry about it. We're fine. Probably could have used that Celtic Cross shield to grab those chests in the corner of the room there. But didn't think of that in time. Hard to make that decision that quickly, unfortunately, but fair enough. But even though we have Curse of the No Map, I still feel fairly confident that whatever happens is probably going to be okay. This is a bit of an awkward room with the build that we have, I suppose, because that's a lot of tiny enemies we have to deal with. Although Little Brim is actually doing a pretty good job of taking care of these enemies, so not too worrying at the end of the day. Pretty damn okay indeed. We got a challenge room right here with a single gold chest, not really worth my time, I'd say. This is also not that big of a deal. Just having large quantities of knives is just a good way to get through rooms quickly, as it turns out. I still kind of want to try and... I'll take the free bomb, actually. Still kind of want to try to drop one of my followers to see if that ends up getting rid of the conjoined transformation, because if it does, then, especially now, it does become a lot more tempting not to do that. That's a extra shopkeeper to destroy, so that's nice. Because 3 knives is just pretty good. The damage down you get from conjoined is pretty negligible when you have 3 knives at your disposal instead. So it does make the choice a lot easier, I'd argue. Still feeling pretty good that with the amount of devil deals we're probably still going to get that. We're probably going to get rid of this red heart, so that's nice. That is a stopwatch though. Let's just use our free bomb right here. That is a burnt penny. I'm just going to blow this up. And see if this indeed gets rid of our conjoined transformation. It does not for this room. Yeah, I'll just keep it. Alright, well. Then I'll keep stopwatch instead of the rainbow baby. I think that's the better choice of the two items that I can pick from here. Yeah, don't mind that at all. Little Brim might be the next one to go because it is a little awkward to use with what we currently have, but I'm not really too concerned about it. I think I might skip my item room on this floor because I'm just not that interested, I guess, in trying to navigate this nightmare. Crown or... Oh, jeez. Okay. That's a choice right there. The crown effectively becomes nothing if I get rid of this red heart. What's in my devil deal? Right. So that's... Okay, so the knife I don't care about. Sulfur is not that interesting with the knife, in my opinion. It is a good way to get rid of that heart, though. I guess it's just worth it to just have it, because I never really have brimstone with knife anymore these days, so I guess I might as well just give it a shot. That's Horror Babylon right there. Should I get rid of brimstone baby, or should I keep the range for the hush fight? I actually don't know. What other items do I got? I got giant cell that I could get rid of. I guess this isn't really that much. I didn't even really pay attention when I picked that up. Alright, let's go. I just saw Dark Bone. I was like, yeah, I can just pick that up. There's no, like, mechanic in the game currently that would turn that into a different item. So that worked out. Curse the Blind isn't really that detrimental anymore because, quite frankly, we can just drop the item if it's bad, so no worries there. I guess there might be certain items that like insta reroll your build, which would be bad, but I don't think I have those unlocked on this save file yet, so that's not a problem. God, we are really quick right now. Getting through that room without those rocks even moving. I guess stopwatch is probably helping in that regard as well, but still, that just seemed really quick. There's a tinted rock right there. Might as well blow it up. Get a little bit of extra health and our bomb back as well, which is nice. But yeah, I'd argue that this build is currently pretty okay. I guess with Sulfur I still have the range available that I was a little worried about when getting rid of my other things, so that's fine. Sad Onion, Tears Up, or range, and I guess they're both effectively the same. I mean, I don't have the luck up anymore, which is a little unfortunate, I guess, but yeah, I think I'd rather go with this. This should be okay. There we go. Wouldn't mind finding one more shop along the way to just get rid of greed once and for all. Assuming greed is in our shop, of course. My money situation is a little bit low, but I wouldn't mind just buying one more soul heart, I guess. That would just be really nice. Sun card, never terrible. Just a little bit of extra mapping. Might as well blow up that nothing and then blow up the beggar right there. That's not a bad trinket either. That is effectively a free use every time I need to. Especially, it just makes it more tempting to use the item before boss rooms as well, which is really nice. That is 2 items that I cannot see what they are. Let's try one. Spider mod. Well, would I rather have spider mod? I actually don't know. Don't think so though. But yeah, now we're just shooting a bunch of knives every time I use sulfur, so it's kind of okay, but the knives don't deal that much damage, I feel. It becomes a lot better when you have homing for sure, but as it stands, I don't have homing. So it is what it is. I can go either direction. I do like damage though. Although I do have exclusively soul hearts, and that does make Polaroid a lot better, so let's actually just take that. This is not really gonna happen, I'd say. Not really gonna risk that. And we have a couple things here, which... do I like this more? God, that's a... I guess so, right? It's effectively the same thing, kinda. I'm curious if using sulfur multiple times with knives is anything different. I have to assume the answer to that is probably going to be no, but might be a damage up? Oh, it is a damage up still, actually, yeah. Okay, that does make it a lot. The fact that you get that damage up every time you use it does actually make this a lot more interesting. Because having really, really high damage is actually a pretty effective way of destroying things, as it turns out. Yeah, actually, yeah, I don't mind my choices. Unfortunately, visually, it still looks more or less identical, but at least in terms of effectiveness, I'm not too bothered about what is currently happening here. I think there's still a soul heart somewhere in this room. And I guess I can do stuff like this as well, which is not too terrible. I guess when your damage is high enough, you can just get away with everything. That's the strat, I guess. I'm starting to learn how this game works. I wouldn't mind like a get out of jail free card. That's, I guess, one thing that I haven't asked for in a while. Maybe it's one run ago, but I feel like I haven't gotten one in a while, and I wouldn't mind seeing one of those show up. Just so I can still go to Mega Satan anyway, even though I took a build that ordinarily wouldn't allow it. There is an Eternal Heart there that I need to look out for, but that's really the only thing. God, look at this damage, though. It's unfortunately not going to be quite as strong against other boss fights, but still. It's still pretty good right now, and that's good enough for me, I'd argue. Looking how Not Quite Pin tries to jump towards me and just dies before he can even come close. Like, that's just a really nice way of living life. Just speeds up the process. Being able to use it every time I go into a boss room as well, like, it's a little bit of extra damage. Don't mind that. Daddy long legs. A spider fish, sure. I'll take that, actually. I think the next item that I'd like to get rid of is probably going to be the 50% off, because even though the Hush Shop is still going to be waiting for us, that's really the only thing that's still waiting for us at this stage. 18 minutes. I guess I'll just use this here. I actually wouldn't mind having mapping for this floor, and I'm a little concerned that the next floor is going to be Curse of the Lost or something like that, and then I won't be able to use it anyway. There's a curse room right there, which I can enter through the secret room, and that's good to know. This is just really speedy. I kind of like a run like this. This would have worked on every character in the game, but it's nice to get it on a character where you can carry around a limited amount of items, because it can get kind of fiddly if you just get a particularly bad build, but this time around the game is feeling kind, and I appreciate it. That's a soul heart. Really just getting stopwatch as well is really nice. Even though stopwatch isn't what it once was, it's still just so good, especially with a... Well, I guess even, like, especially with knife and stuff like that. Anything that requires you to be close to the enemy, kind of. I feel a lot safer when I can just have everything be slowed down, I guess. It does make life a lot simpler, because dodging becomes a lot easier. There is an I'm Drowsy pill in my pill pool, and I wouldn't mind having that for Hush, but I feel like the odds of that are fairly low at this stage. Would be nice, though. Yeah. Could play that for one more soul heart. Oh, that's a horse, though. Oh, God. I'll take it for now just to, like, grab this card. High Priestess. What's this? Tears Up? Well, fair enough. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Sulfur at this stage is probably still better. Just because of the fact that you do get more range from it, and that is going to become fairly important in the later fights after all. It's unfortunate though. I do like Horse. Horse does work rather well, I'd argue, in honestly most situations. It's just that Sulfur is so damn good. Sulfur is such a good item. Like, how can you say no to that? If I can get a bomb, I'd like to blow that one up. Just have a little bit more Devil Deal chance. I'm not sure if there's a Devil Deal item I particularly want at this stage. But I wouldn't mind looking for one. I guess I'll open that once. That is some bombs. I just want to have 7 keys when I enter the Hush floor at the end of the day, so if I can just keep it to 7, that would be lovely. Or more. More would be nice as well, of course. But a plus 17.5% Devil Deal chance is looking pretty damn good. We have a charged item, so the Mimic is going to do nothing. That is wonderful. And there is a boss waiting for us. And I can just about clear this entire room like this and have my trinket charge up my item again. Very nice. Definitely don't need my item right now. I guess I would rather have that for Hush anyway, but still it's nice to have the item be there, you know. Right, none of these are really that interesting, unfortunately. Not more interesting than health, at least, so. Because the black holes are actually pretty damn good, but I'll just go like this. I'm a little tempted to go for Delirium immediately after this, actually. Because I think it would be nice to just get that out of the way. With this character, I'm probably not going to get a better build than this anyway, so it would make me feel a little bit safer. Let's just quickly check out this. Boomerang or Pill Bag. I mean, pills can be really good. If you can get stat-ups with pills, then you don't need to worry about the limited amount of items you can get either, so that's kind of nice. I think if I touch Libra, then at least I'll end up getting more bombs than any of the other strategies I could use. Simultaneously, I just want to get rid of this 50% off item. Botfly is probably the best choice out of all of these then, but... yeah, just kind of want to get rid of that. And simultaneously, I don't mind getting rid of this. This is a speed up, which is tempting, or a range up. I don't mind more range, actually. Range might be good. But let's just touch Libra. Yeah, the build becomes worse. So let's definitely not keep Libra, but that does give us 6 of every consumable, so that's kind of nice. Giant Cell doesn't really do that much at this stage, I feel. I'm not sure if that's true, but I just don't really notice it, so I think I'm just going to get rid of that. That's another knife. I did need more knives with this build, so it's only fair, I suppose. And let's do this. Immediately use that sulfur for the long range. In this phase it doesn't really matter too much, but it is getting rid of those flies pretty effectively. And somehow I'm stunning him, which I'm not even exactly sure how. I guess the spider baby, maybe? Is that how that works? Maybe. Yeah, this is pretty effective. I think I would love to do Delirium like this, so I think that might just be the way to go here. It is just one of those things that's just really nice to get out of the way. And quite frankly, unless I could find homing somewhere, I'm not really expecting to get a build that's better than this with this character. It's a little fiddly to use the knife against Delirium, I would say, but I'm still feeling fairly confident that with the amount of damage that we're dealing right now, that we're probably going to be fine. Ooh, those tears are moving interestingly. But like, this is the kind of build that you want to have when you're the Lost or something like that, because, well, the fight's almost over already, and we haven't gotten hit yet, and that is kind of an important part when you're playing as the Lost, I suppose. There's just a lot of defense available. The nice thing about the Lost is that you have more items as well, because you can just carry a lot more stuff, but simultaneously, we haven't really even dropped that many items. Like, there was that one Devil Deal where we didn't take anything, but that's about it. We could take Libra just for fun, just to get some consumables, which is definitely something you cannot do as the Lost as well. But look at these tiered... Nothing. We took 0 damage during that fight, so clearly this build is pretty effective. Soul of Isaac has appeared in the basement, which I believe is... it just gives you the reroll effect that this character has for one room full of pedestals, I guess. And that's obviously really, really damn good. So I'm pretty happy to have that unlocked. I don't think there's anything here that I would like to have. Yeah. With that, let's just go to Delirium. Let's just try and get that over with. We have Polaroid as well, which is making me feel pretty good about that. It's just really nice to just get all these high-speed things out of the way. That's just wonderful. Curse of the Blind doesn't even matter, because again, we can just drop stuff, so no worries there. Wouldn't mind getting one more heart before we go to the fight, but ultimately it doesn't make that big of a difference, I suppose. Fair enough. Let's just put it on the floor anyway, though. No worries there. And I think I'm just going to go for every single boss room that I encounter. I think there's no real downside to doing that. Hoping that with the Delirium fight, it also recharges my item the way it would with ordinary boss fights. I have to assume the trinket still works with Delirium. I don't know why it wouldn't, but you never know with this game. Delirium is such a wild card sometimes. Chariot, I'll take that. That is not Delirium, unfortunately. It did recharge my item the moment I got in when it wasn't Delirium, so that's good to know. Blood Clot. Hey, we got that thing. Nice. That's a nice thing to have unlocked, I suppose. Not have to worry about that anymore. Technically no longer need to take every blood clot we find along the way to try and unlock that, so I guess that's a weird little nice thing to consider, I guess. Doesn't really make that big of a difference at the end of the day, but still. Gulp? Nope. It's just another chariot card. Well, effectively, it's a little bit different, I suppose. This is the game kid and chariot is the unicorn effect, but legally distinct at the end of the day. Isaac fight. We still got to fight Isaac at least during this run where I got the Polaroid, so, you know, we got that. We kind of got the full Polaroid experience. Stopwatch and all. Breakfast. God. That's really dumb. Right, I did not consider health ups in the possibility of items that we would get. That's actually really bad. Okay, okay, that makes it a little bit more tempting to look around for a temperance machine or the like, because now I don't have that Whore Babylon effect active anymore. And that means our damage is a little bit lower, our speed is a little bit lower. We no longer have the Polaroid effect active right now. So let's just explore this floor for a little bit longer. That is a temperance machine. Very good. Probably would have been better to save that for the actual boss fight itself, because hearts do have a tendency to drop all over the place there. But I think we don't lose Whore Babylon if we pick up a heart in the room. It's just when we leave the room that Whore Babylon deactivates. So it doesn't matter too much, provided I can just go back and forth to that temperance machine if I need to. This is pretty damn good. I like having homing with brimstone knives because they make... They go in a fun way. Just makes that long range a little bit better as well, because all of those knives are going to start attacking the enemy, so that's obviously really good. But I would like to, I mean, yeah, I just like to have a way to get rid of this, this red health that I currently have. It's just worrying me a bit, because if health drops during the delirium fight, then there is still the Polaroid effect, which stops working the moment I pick it up. So that it's an extra concern, and I like to have as little concerns as possible every time I go for this boss at the end of the day. So hopefully we can get something to happen in that regard, I suppose. Might just use my brimstone in this next room right here. Oh yes, look at that. Wheel of Fortune machine. There is another potential. Nope. No delirium today. Did manage to recharge our item, so we have it available for that big room which is below us. That's a little tempting. There is perfection, which I guess we got because oh, we can actually see. Oh no, it's perfection that keeps showing up weirdly. It's odd. I guess because it's closer and just rapidly switches between things. Guppy's tail. Guppy's tail is a little tempting, I suppose, if only for the fact that we'd get a few more golden chests. But I'm not going to worry about it too much, I think. If only there were gulp pills here, I'd love to eat all these trinkets and just get that done with, but it is what it is. Anytime an item is going to drop from a mushroom as well, I'm tempted not to take it, because it could again just heal me up. I'm like 90% certain that delirium cannot even be in this room below me, so let's just skip it for now. Blow up a path here to make this a little bit easier, because we have infinite bombs anyway. And it's war! This is a really, really big floor. It sure is a really, really big floor. I kind of just walked in there automatically. I was an autopilot when I was navigating, and my sincerest apologies for that. It has led to a slightly detrimental situation regarding having to fight this boss or not. Fortunately, managed to get through that with relative ease. Alright, so big room bottom left, I guess, is the next great place to go. Probably the safest way to reach a boss anytime soon. The darkness from killing that boss does take a little bit longer than I'd hoped, but fortunately we managed to get through that. That's a beggar who is very capable of giving health up as well, so I'd rather not worry about that one too much. No real need to blow him up for Devil Deal chance either, even though we have infinite bombs. It might be a little tempting, I suppose, but let's just leave him alone for now. And Skolex Gua. Gua? Sure. It is a trip to just try and find delirium. Usually, every other time you're like, God, I hope I'm not gonna get delirium so I can get a few more items. And specifically with this character, the game just knows. It's kind of incredible in a way, I guess. Judgment? No. Nope. It's getting kind of unreal how actually unlucky this is. But fair enough, I suppose. We were lucky enough to get that temperance machine. I shouldn't be too unhappy about my current situation. It is what it is. There we go. What do we got? Hey, there he is. Let's just use both of our things. All of those knives are just going to be flying towards him all the time. Even the regular knives are flying towards him, interestingly enough. Which is surprising to me, actually. I kind of thought that they would just fly weirdly, but they're actually being pretty good at homing now. I feel like they used to be a lot worse at that. But this works. This is a pretty effective way of doing this fight, just running into him with our Polaroid shield and hoping he doesn't drop a red heart somewhere along the line. These knives will do the job just fine. And that's why Polaroid is good. That's why Polaroid is very capable of helping out during the delirium fight. Makes life a little bit easier as well. I could look for an R key, but yeah, I'm good. R key would definitely be very good with this build though, because I would happily go through it one more time to just get some other stuff unlocked. But we did get the spin down dice for beating Delirium with Tainted Isaac. We got the, well, large part of the left side of the post-it done, so that's nice. And yeah, not too bothered. Not too bothered at all. I will happily take that. We no longer have to worry about being fast or Delirium portals opening with this character. And yeah, I'm not too bothered about Mega Satan either, but just because for any run from now on, we can just take our time and look for angel statues that way. So we'll almost certainly get that at some point. Either way, I hope you all enjoyed it. Next time we play, we'll do another run as a different character. And I hope to see y'all there. Bye-bye.